Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, a story parents will want to listen to closely.
A 15-year-old girl allegedly lured by a Rochester Hills man to meet up for sex. Fox 2's Jessica Dupneck is live from the Wayne County Jail tonight. And Jessica, there's concern there might be even more victims out there, right?
Yeah, that is the big concern, and that's the reason that Northville Township Police came out about this guy. His name is he's 22 years old. His name is Valor Harrison, and he is facing some serious charges. We're actually learning this is not the first time that he's been charged with criminal sexual conduct. Right now, being held on a $100,000 bond here at the Wayne County Jail. Now, as I said, Northville Township Police are handling this case. Investigators say Valor Harrison reached out to the 15-year-old girl on Instagram in July. They didn't know each other. He allegedly convinced her to meet up multiple times for sex, knowing she was underage, and we're told he also lied about his age. Now he's facing 5 counts of criminal sexual conduct and 1 count for accosting a child. Now, parents, if you have concerns on this, there is some advice from police.
First and foremost, we'd encourage parents and guardians, talk to your children about healthy relationships, talk to them about safe behavior on social media and online, and then just be aware of their behavior. You know, if you notice any changes, anything dramatic going on, pay attention to that and ask questions and see what the issue is.
They also add, be actively engaged in your child's social media accounts. Check those messages, those DMs. That's where some of this stuff could be lurking. Now, 22-year-old Valor Harrison, he's also been charged in the past out of East Lansing, criminal sexual conduct charges from last year. That involved coercing a sex act. He's actually on probation for that right now, so he racked up another probation violation. And as you heard from the police officer there, it's possible there could be some other victims out there. You can call Northville Township Police. Reporting live in Detroit, Jessica Dupneck on The Edge.
Yeah, I mean, parents really, you almost check the phone every day, it sounds like, if you have to, but you can't really do that. So I know there's a lot of mechanisms they've come out with on social media where you can actually lock it down and make sure it's private so the kids don't really have access to some of these things. To me, that seems like it might be the best option.
Yeah, Taryn, you know, you have a teenager. They're very smart, though. That's the thing. So you got to do those physical check-ins where you grab the phone or sign on to their account and check those messages. And it really surprised me that they were using Instagram. A lot of times this lurks in other sites like Snapchat and that kind of thing. But Instagram is very well used.
Yeah, across the board. And that's what kind of makes it even scarier. All right, Jessica, thanks for letting us know. And hopefully parents and kids, they'll have a conversation.
A convicted hitman who's confessed to killing multiple people is facing new charges. Vincent Smothers is currently serving a 52 to 100-year sentence. And now Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel says he and another inmate named Shannon Anderson teamed up to lie in a murder case out of Macomb County. Nessel says Anderson recruited Smothers to lie in court and say Anderson's case was self-defense so Anderson could get out.
Investigation is ongoing to see if there are other cases in which it's possible that Mr. Smothers fabricated evidence or supplied a false affidavit.
Both men have been charged with obstruction of justice, which is a 5-year felony, as well as habitual offender charges. Smothers is also charged with having a phone behind bars. Taking out to Livonia, a chaotic chase causes a major backup on I-96.
Police using a special device to stop the driver who sped off in a stolen car. It happened this morning in the westbound lanes near Farmington Road. State police spotted the stolen car and called Livonia PD for help. Officers then used a grappler device, which you might know ties a net around the tire, the rear tire, and the axle, bringing the vehicle to a stop. Police arrested the man behind the wheel along with 2 passengers who had several outstanding warrants. The freeway has since reopened.
Teachers protesting in Pontiac, their contracts and their patience both running out. During a meeting this morning to kick off the school year, they walked out. Their message to the district written on their shirts and signs.
We brought our signs. We showed them how we feel, and in the midst of the superintendent giving her speech, we all walked out as a show of solidarity that having us start the school year for the 2nd year in a row without a contract is unacceptable.
We will be at work on Tuesday, so we're not going to disappoint the students because we don't feel like it's the students' fault. This is an adult issue, so we're going to try to handle it like adults.
As for the district, the superintendent's office is telling us no comment.
Well, GM's Factory Zero is scaling back production. The plant on the Detroit-Hamtramck border is partially shutting down a first and second shift starting on Tuesday. This affects production of the Hummer EV and the Escalade IQ. The shutdown will impact about 360 employees, but it's only temporary. Production will ramp back up on October 6th. According to General Motors, the company is making adjustments to align with market dynamics. Factory Zero employs about 4,000 people.
Well, a local radio station is back to rockin'.
Oh, it's in with the old format at 89X. The station switching back to alternative rock. Fox 2's local rocker, I guess, Dave Kinchin, gives us the reaction.
Well, we turned on the radio this morning at 88.7 FM, and immediately a trip down memory lane began if you were driving, because 89X is back on the Detroit Windsor airwaves. The iconic Canadian station went to country several years ago, shocking so many folks, and now it is back, in the transition started with this announcement in the 8 a.m. hour.
At 8:08 a.m. on the 28th day of the 8th month.
For decades, the radio airwaves of Windsor and Detroit have carried the voices, music, and energy that shaped generations. 89X embraced the underground. Grunge, punk, and indie rock were the foundation. It made noise. And then, just like that, it was gone. But now, it's time to make some noise again.
May I have your attention, please?
Oh yeah, the white stripes right there, a staple on the classic 89X station before that switch over to country. Now, for weeks, rumors had been swirling in the radio world that Bell Media was bringing CIMX back to the alternative format before the station started teasing it on social media yesterday. That was ahead of today's launch, before changing back to rock. 4 Johnny Cash songs played in a row, with The Man Comes Around ending the pure country 89 run on the station. Stop by Jane's Addiction was the first song played in the new era, just like it was when 89X first went on the air back in the day.
I think it's great. I loved it growing up, and it disappeared. I don't know what's around anymore, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's all the classic stuff, Nine Inch Nails, Blur, I mean, Nirvana. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, I'm just surprised you just said that, because I'm like, wow, it's back on.
He got me very much into it when I was younger. Listening to it in the car, he would play, oh my God, Closer in the car, and I wouldn't know what it meant at all. So, but now I love it, and I went with them, and it was great.
We didn't hear any human DJs on the radio today on 89X, just the music and some pre-recorded computerized voices. So we'll see what human DJs come back to the airwaves as this new era continues. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
It was a night filled with purpose, impact, and inspiration at the 46th annual celebration of the America's Community Council.
You know, every week in southeastern Michigan, thousands of people rely on the ACC for food, health care, and hope. Formerly known as the Arab American Council, the ACC has become one of the most important lifeline for immigrants, refugees, and now underserved residents as well. Over the last year, more than 75,000 people received meals, medical therapy, and mental health therapy visits, and assistance with getting a job and housing. Tonight, the nonprofit celebrated those who have continued to make that possible, with awards going to Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, D1 CEO James White, Forgotten Harvest CEO, and the Arab American publisher Osama Siblani. And because of the support, ACC is now expanding its services.
I would say human decency and not being desensitized to what is in good conscience. So ACC, just in our core values, reminds people that no human life is worth less than another. And we're going to provide services to people no matter what their background is. And, you know, we want everyone to support us to eliminate human suffering.
Just an outstanding event tonight, and it was announced there that man, O'Day Fakhouri, will take over for founder and CEO Dr. Haifa Fakhouri, and a remarkable woman who has done so much to serve this population. I had the honor of emceeing that event, and Yep, they're in. But it was really, truly an honor to be surrounded by so many people who make a huge impact like that.
These are the outstanding men and women in our community who help make magic happen for so many people. Glad you were a part of it tonight, Taryn. Turning to the weather, it's shaping up to be really just a great Labor Day weekend. Now the man with some answers to give us some more details, Rich Luderman.
Taryn and Roop, we do have some great weather starting tomorrow. It's going to stay on the cool side over the next couple days, but here's our cold front that's now off to our east. We did see scattered showers, even a few rumbles of thunder this afternoon in our part of the state, but all of the action now is in Pennsylvania and in New York State. It's drying out nicely back to our west. How about live pictures right here in Southfield? It's quiet at 61 degrees, and yes, it is kind of cool out there. Look at this. Frost advisories for the end of August, parts of northern Wisconsin and the western UP. That's a little unusual, but there it is, your first frost advisory of the season. Not for us up there in the UP. Daytime highs today, 74 for us, 66 Alpena, only 64 for Escanaba. So it was a cooler day today. That trend continues for another couple of days. 73, 53, official high and low. There's your rainfall total at the airport, about 1/10 of an inch for most of us with some of those fast-moving showers. Right now, cooling off once again. 54 Port Huron, 57 Pontiac, 61 Windsor, 60 out in Ann Arbor as we speak. The breeze is from the north and northeast, and that's dragging in cooler and drier air. Look at that, 48 degrees right now, Sault Ste. Marie, even colder in Ironwood, 55 for the tip of the thumb, 61 to our south in Columbus. High pressure builds in, and this high is going to be a sprawling high across the Great Lakes, and that's why we have a long, dry stretch of weather starting tomorrow, lasting through to Labor Day and beyond. Chilly for the rest of tonight. We'll get down to 50 degrees on average. Now, tomorrow's not a bad-looking day. Sun and clouds. It'll just be on the cool side for your Friday, 68 for an afternoon high. Right there is the 7-day forecast. We slowly moderate those temperatures Saturday into Sunday, and by Labor Day Monday, with a little oomph, we may get up close to 80 degrees. Roop, a full check starting at 4 a.m.
All right, thanks so much.